How's it going? A little windy today, but we're going to start working on the RamCharger. Maybe get it started. Maybe. I don't know. Hopefully we do today. Alrighty, so I'll be working on the 87 RamCharger today. I want to get it started. Now, I don't necessarily get it running, but I need to make sure that this engine will turn over and, you know, do a couple rotations on its own. Obviously, the carburetor definitely needs to most likely be rebuilt. I'm going to say most likely needs to be rebuilt. It hasn't seen fuel in a while, and I don't even think it's getting any fuel currently. Well, I mean, with the battery not hooked up and the key not in the run position, you get it. I'm sure you get it. It's not getting fuel right now. So we're going to use starting fluid, but before we can do all that, we need to make sure the ignition system is working. We got that MSD blaster ignition. There's that product number down there. And got some wires running all over the place. So we'll have to trace those. I got the wiring schematic for that. I know how it's supposed to hook up to the coil over there, and the distributor, obviously, it's just the one coming off the coil and a bloop right there on the top. But hopefully get it started on the starter fluid. Maybe, hopefully. I did take the dipstick out. I need to check the oil. It's a little high on the dipstick, so before we even try starting it, I'm gonna go get some oil and a new filter, because I don't know what the life of this oil is like. I don't know how long it's been in there. I don't know anything about it, so I'm gonna run into town, grab some oil and an oil filter, and then we'll come out here, trace all these wires, make sure everything's hooked up correctly, make sure everything's getting good contact, and then we'll try to see if we can start it. So we finally made it back from town. Got some 15W40. I think it had recommended like 10W40 or something like that. 15W40 should be fine, I would think. That's what they recommended at O'Reilly's, but hey, you know, whatever. We got ourselves a good old Wix filter for the 5.2 or the 318. And then some NGK V-Power spark plugs with some anti-seize. So we can go in here and put some new spark plugs in there. Get the trash that's around the spark plugs currently out of there. And I was thinking about getting spark plug wires, but to be honest, I think they'll be fine. We'll see. I'm sure we'll find out. I'll test them with my multimeter, or multimeter, whatever you want to call it. But the most important stuff is getting spark to the distributor from the coil. Or at least in my opinion, that's the hardest part, with all the wires from this over to there and getting the signal and all the fun stuff. So let me get the general maintenance stuff out of the way, and it's gotten a little bit windy, but let me get the general maintenance stuff out of the way, and then we'll start working on this whole wiring mess. Oh, hey, there you go. And nothing on the magnet. That's a plus. Get that a little bit closer, and we'll let that drain. There we go. All right, now to get the filter. That one will be a little tricky, but it's right here. I can see it. Alrighty, so I got the oil plug back in. I changed out the oil filter. This one was a pain in the butt. Had to use a little bit of persuasion. So it came off too. Came off the right way. Unscrewed it. Once it got loose from being attached to the block, this gasket is kind of, one side's kind of rough. The other side's still got a little bit of flexibility to it, but it's replaced now. So it's replaced. We got the oil in the catch, and let's start putting some oil into the block. I got the date and the miles from the odometer written on there. I don't know if that odometer is correct for being 22,000. I would probably expect it would be 122,000, but I still got a couple more records we need to look into. But let's get it done. Let's get the oil in there, spark plugs, and then let's start checking the system out. Already, I've done a couple things off camera. Double checked the original coil as well as the coil that's in the truck now. The original, I think it's the original Mopar coil. It's doing all right, but it's not as good as what's in the vehicle now. Finished up spark plugs. Everything went in nice and easy, hand tight, plus a quarter turn, or at least that's what the box told me to do. So now we have to check to see if it turns over, if it's got spark, or what else is going on with it. So I'm going to take the main coil wire to the distributor off, put it near ground, see what it does. If it doesn't give me spark, I have something that I can try. That was from the MSD blaster ignition manual thing that I found online. Let's try the ground thing real quick, and then we'll try jumping into troubleshooting. Alrighty, so I know that my coil is good, but it's not getting spark, so it's got to be something with the MSD. Some of this wiring's not looking too pretty anyway, but let me try to figure it out, see where the disconnect is. MSD does have their manuals online as well. Oh, shut up. Multimeter. They do have their manuals online as well, so I did check that last night, and I did read on there that there's a wire over here that I can disconnect and bridge. And when I bridge it, it should give me spark. And if it doesn't, then it's possible that it's the MSD blaster ignition. Or it could tell me that there's an issue within the wiring. So let me go ahead and do that real quick, and I'll show you guys what they have you do. Yeah. Alrighty, so let me jump up here real quick. Let me see if I can bring you along. This connector right here that comes out of the bottom of the distributor, I think it's called the magnetic pickup sensor, whatever it is, but there it is. Looks like one of these. So they tell you to bring this back over here, like that. Well, not specifically up over here, but I hate these little connectors, but that's what they tell you to use in the manual, but those might be an issue too. We'll take a look at these, but they tell you with the wire that goes to the blaster module, the MSD, is to bridge these two and see if you get spark off of that main wire that goes to the distributor. And that's what we're going to do real quick. Let me go get a little section and we'll see what we can do. So I got my little bridge put in here. So they are connected to each other. That's a plus. That's what they tell you to do in the manual. There it is. Is it going to focus on it? Probably not. But you get the idea. So this is the wire that is going down to the module. Let's go ahead and hang this off the edge like that. I'm going to put you guys back down real quick, see if we get some spark. So that one didn't work, but what's concerning, wait a second, did you guys hear that? It's not, what's going on? I heard a spark, I thought. Maybe, were they touching it somehow? The key is in the on position, and that's where it needs to be, but cranking it can also help push it over, but maybe it's these connectors. Oh. Okay, so we have spark. It's got to be these connectors. Let me, I'm going to put you guys down real quick. It's got to be. There it is. That's our issue. Alrighty, so I don't even need to show you guys. If I leave this, which has the bridge in it still, if I hold on to that, and I come over here. Okay. And it's the green wire that's having the issue. There must be, yeah, there must be some corrosion on it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to solder these. Now, as you guys know, we have the GTO project. My grandfather's car. He told me, and he used to work on radars and do a whole bunch of electrical work on them. He said that in this application, solder won't have any effect on the sensing or signaling. So I'm gonna go grab my soldering iron, and I'm actually gonna go steal some wiring from that car. It's a Dodge, that's a Dodge. We can take some wiring, it'll be Mopar wiring. It'll be fine, we'll have issues in the future maybe, I don't know. But let me turn the vehicle off, and hopefully we can get some more spark here in the future. Hey, Mr. Donor Car, what kind of fancy wires do you have in store for me today? Ooh, what's that? There's a whole bunch of stuff under here that I could probably salvage for the RamCharger, like that ground cable. I need better ground cables. Actually, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. We're gonna get some new ground cables, new battery terminal connectors. This is gonna be awesome. Okay, but main goal for now is maybe pulling some out of these wires or some of those wires off of that connector, and hopefully we'll have enough length to remake this little bit of a harness. So let's let me go searching real quick. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so we got some length of wire, should be plenty, but it kind of matches the colors that I already have. Kinda. The greens look pretty close, a little cleaner green, a little bit newer car, but thank you for letting me strip your wiring harness, Mr. Donor Car. I will be back for your negative ground cables, much better and thicker than the ones that are on the RamCharger. Whoa, it's windy, whoa. Back over at the RamCharger, got everything all shrink wrapped together and all soldered together, soldered and then shrink, you know what I mean. I just tested it. It was doing what it was doing before, as in like it was sparking. So let's hook this back up, maybe spray some starter fluid in it and see if it'll run or start. Let's see if it'll start. Yeah. All right, super windy. Let's get some starting fluid. And put you down real quick. I'm gonna spray this in there. I go start it. Yeah. All right, it's got starting fluid in it. Let me jump up in it and see what it'll do. Oh! Yo, we'll do it again. Yo, it's doing it. Yes. Let me see if I can spray a little bit more up in there. Yo, this is awesome. I don't know if that's too much, but let's try it. I don't know, I'm sure you guys probably heard that, but it was running for a second. It didn't like me hitting the starter while it was trying to run, but hey, I'm okay with that. It started, it's got compression at least, I think. Could probably check that here in the future, but I think it's good. I think we're good. We just need to get it fuel, constant fuel, and it might do more for us. It might do more. I might try to mess with it a little bit more, but I'm gonna try it again. Let me put you back down. Try it again. In my book, that's a win, and it's windy. It's a windy win. Man, I'm excited for this. So we got new spark plugs in it, new oil filter. We got the wiring fixed. It's starting now on starting fluid. So that's a plus. I thought I heard the radio kick on in there, but the radio works. We just don't have FM radios, so that's okay. We have AM. The FM button doesn't work. So we have a couple more things we need to look at under the hood and maybe in the tank. I hope we don't need to replace the tank. That would not be fun. But that's a big win. That's a big win. I'm excited. I'm repeating myself. I'm excited. So I was gonna have a little bit different ending to today's video. And I was gonna edit it all. I was already finished and everything. But I ended up watching, it was Puddin's Fab Shop here on YouTube. Another local Oklahoman. Really, he seems like a really cool dude. He's hilarious. I love him. But he was using a water bottle filled with gasoline to fuel the carburetor on his International. So I think that's what I'm going to do to see if it'll run just a little bit longer. And I just tried cranking her up one more time with starter fluid. And let me show you something. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but there is like little spots of stuff all up on the top of the hood liner. There's spots all down in here. I think the fuel down there, which is disconnected, you can kind of see it right there. It's the original fuel lines and everything. They're all broken and stuff. I think they tried squirting some fuel up in here, but that's a good sign, I guess. But I have my 91 octane 100% premium gasoline here in my Ozark bottle. And we're going to see if we can get a little bit of gasoline here in the carb and see if we can get her running for just a little bit. Alright, let me see if I can get her kicked over real quick. And then I'll try to run back out here. It's running. She's running on her own. Oh, she is running. That's pretty cool. So we used a little bit. I wonder if it'll kick over real quick. Oh, so man, this lighting is not the best, but hey, we're doing it live. Let's see. She is not happy. Maybe if I put a little bit more in her, she might be okay with it. Just gonna seep down in there. Hopefully we're nice. We have a fire extinguisher really close. She's running. Ah, man. See, this would be even better if I was doing what he did in his video, which was he was jumping the starter, and I'm not. So, hey, all I have to say is it's running. This is great, man. One step closer to fixing this RamCharger. We were able to get it running. I got it started, watched Puddin's video, and I was like, gotta do the water bottle and gasoline trick. So, running for that couple of seconds, you guys saw it. It was running. I'm excited. 2 wires. That's all it was 2 wires, and this thing is running. Not on its own fuel system though, but it's running. So, I guess next is figuring out the fuel system. Hey, silly turkeys, stop it. I guess what we, I'm a bigger dude, running back and forth, trying to give this thing gas ain't the best, but, I'm also excited. Is that my excuse? I think that's my excuse, but it's running. We got to figure out the fuel system, and I think she'll drive. I think she'll drive. All right, so It's running. I can't believe it. This is great. I've calmed down for a second. I got butterflies in my stomach. This is awesome. I am super happy, and I am also super happy and glad that I did change up this video just a tad bit here at the end because of this water bottle and some gasoline and watching Puddin's Fab Shop. I'm happy. Man, big thumbs up for me here on the RamCharger. It's running. Now we just need to get it stable on its own carburetor, which most likely is going to need a rebuild. Never done one before. I've never rebuilt a carburetor. I've never done too much fuel system stuff, with the exception of changing fuel pumps and checking for fuel pressure. And the one fuel issue we had with the Cornet on our Randy's or Auto Auction Rebuilds Cornet, that was an experience. Definitely, if I go with an aftermarket fuel pump or something, we'll need a fuel pressure regulator in there or something, because I don't want to burn her down. We didn't burn the Cornet down, but you guys, I'm going to link that video up here too, so go take a look at that. Or is it this side? I don't remember. But, hey, it's running. This is great. This RamCharger right here, she's coming back to life. I don't know how long she's been sitting. I will try to find that information out and tell you guys in the next one. But, whew, man, I'm happy. All right, I'm going to end the video off here now that we got a happier ending instead of just starting. We have a running engine. I did check the gauge because it stays where it's supposed to. We have oil pressure, really good oil pressure. So now we just got to make sure that it has good coolant temps, and we'll have to get it running a little bit longer than what we did here today. But it's coming. It's coming along. It's coming along. All right. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.